Steve Jewin, MMA Mania.
All right, Steve, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Mr. Timothy Johnson, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, I was doing pretty good. Just hauling some loads down the road.
We're looking forward to your fight at Bellator 208 with Cheick Kongo, and it's a really interesting fight, not just because of the size matchup and the potential for future heavyweight title shot, but also it's your Bellator debut. How excited are you about that?
Yeah, I don't think anyone could ask for a better debut than to be on this card, so yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
Chance to shine on the same spotlight as Fedor and Chael is pretty cool, but it's not an easy draw for you with Cheick Kongo. Like yourself, a former UFC fighter.
No, it's not. But it's I'm more than welcoming the challenge. I've been waiting a long time to fight, some kind of a big time name and just kind of, give it a shot, see if I'm there or not.
That's a good segue, actually, because I felt like you were a little bit underrated during your UFC career, and I would even go so far as to say overlooked. I mean, some of the guys you beat in your time there are now contenders, Marcin Tybura and Daniela Melnichuk. So how do you feel looking back on that UFC run?
No, the only thing I've really been vocal about exiting the UFC has been that. After my third UFC fight, I cracked the top 15, got as high as 12, and never dropped out of the top 15 since. And after every one of my wins, I'd be asking for big names like Stefan Struve, Alexei Olenek. Apparently they offered me to him and he declined it. I asked for Derek Lewis multiple times and they never gave me the opportunity to fight any guys that were in around that top 10 area. So, that kind of sucks. And so finally just kind of, I got sick of, hearing it because they tell me no, those guys aren't available, but we got this debut heavyweight. That's all that's available right now. So I'd have to always get stuck fighting debuts and never got a chance, get the opportunity to crack the top 10.
Yeah, and that's really a shame considering your tenure there and the fact that you were rated as high as you were and you had a performance of the night bonus against Shamil Abdurakhimov. It's like you had the credentials to be fighting top 10 guys.
Yeah, no. And, the only opportunity I got was a missed opportunity due to injury, and it was a short notice fight. They did offer me Andre Arlovsky, but I was laying in bed with the flu, and it was 4 weeks away in Denver. I'm like, guys, I'm not going to be ready for that fight. So they did offer me one, if I'm being honest.
All right. Well, yeah, I wouldn't take Pitbull on only 4 weeks with the flu either. That doesn't seem like a wise decision. But this one, I assume you've had a 100% full camp getting ready for Kongo.
Yep, that if I finally did, I had to pull out. There was a fight that I was scheduled for in, when was it? July. Again, that was going to be my debut. But I had to pull out of that one for injury. And finally got, healed up and feeling good. And, yeah, this camp hasn't been too bad.
What was the injury that was holding you up there from making that previous debut?
Oh, I had a shoulder injury right at the beginning of my camp. So it was kind of probably 12 days, not even 2 weeks into my camp.
Was it rotator cuff or a bicep or what was it exactly?
Yeah, it was around the rotator cuff.
As long as it's all healed up now, then that's nothing to worry about. But Cheick Kongo, definitely something to worry about. He knocked out his last opponent, so we know he's still got the power, even at 43 years old.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. You're going to have that in heavyweights no matter what. You definitely got to be ready to go. The first round's always dangerous at heavyweight no matter what.
It seems like Cheick Kongo is in a similar position to you in some ways in that he's run up a lot of quality wins, and yet he didn't even get entered into the heavyweight Grand Prix, and he's probably thinking, where are my opportunities? Where are my chances? He's probably feeling the same way you are when you were in UFC.
Yeah, no, I don't know the full story on that, but I know a lot of people were expecting him to be in the tournament. But yeah, I'm sure, especially after his run. What is he? I think he's got 6 or 7 in a row here. He's kind of reestablished his career a little bit, even to say that, go as far to say that. And yeah, I think he's definitely got a little chip on his shoulder as well.
Do you feel like then the winner of this match should be entered into facing the winner of the Heavyweight Grand Prix, because they just announced that'll be taking place on January 26th once they have these final 2 brackets determined here in October?
That's definitely, I wouldn't be shy away from that. It's definitely something that's in the possibility, because Cheick he's an alternate in the tournament. So he's right there right now. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking for either one of us, it would probably be fighting in the finals, like when the tournament comes to a completion, that, for whoever makes the championship. Probably one of us would be fighting on that card as well, and would get the winner of whoever wins it all.
Do you feel like Bellator has become a place where UFC heavyweights are looking to renew their careers? Because you mentioned Cheick Kongo kind of reinvented himself. We've seen Matt Mitrione reinvent himself. Roy Nelson has come over too. It seems like it's become a friendly home for former UFC heavyweights.
Yes, not heavyweights either. You got other guys that came over and look at Masasi, man. Jeez, what he did a couple nights ago. Mm-hmm. He's just a killer. But yeah, I think it's just, change is not always a bad thing. And, change of scenery, you see it in all kinds of sports. You got like football players who just are not performing in one city, and then they get traded, go to another city, and they're just, they're like, there's life in their legs again. Like they're just killing it again.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes change of pace, change of scene is the best thing you can do to revitalize yourself. But as far as training goes, I'm sure that isn't necessarily the same case. You get a team that you like to work with, you got to stick with them because they make you better.
No, that's exactly right too. So like when I've been going out to Extreme Couture, they've been very inviting over me the last couple of years. So that was finally. And heavyweights are hard to come by, and I got to call my blessings up here in Fargo. Heavyweights are hard to come by, and we were consistently having 3, 4, 5 heavyweights in our gym every year. And as things move on and things start progressing in life, people move away or just say they're done with it. And finally the opportunity is trying to probably switch gyms, and I'll probably be heading out to Vegas.
All right. Well, like you said, that's a great place to roll with a lot of heavyweights, too. I mean, you got the legend Randy Couture, of course, who won both at light heavyweight and heavyweight, and you got guys like Big Country who make their home out in Vegas, too. So all around good place. Yep.
Nope. I can't complain. Every time I get out there, I always get it keeps me honest.
Well, Vegas is a good place to keep honest, too, because there's a lot of temptation in Sin City.
Yes, there is.
You mentioned that you're really excited about being on this card. It's a heavyweight showcase, but what do you think about the main event? Who's going to pull out of that and end up in the heavyweight Grand Prix finals?
I actually think I've been giving it to Mitrione, Mitrione the night before, and you know what? I think Chael's got a rabbit up his sleeve somewhere. I think he might be able to pull something off.
Yeah, I've been talking to a few people about it this week, and I heard one say that Fedor has just too much power and Chael's not going to be able to avoid it, but Chael had that same situation going into the fight with Wanderlei Silva, and he found a way to make it work.
Yep, nope. Like Chael's, both these guys, they've been fighting forever, and if you don't, maybe he doesn't complete it, but like just listening to him talk, Chael will make you a believer in him.
He is good at that. But speaking of which, this is the first time I've gotten to interview you, and I want to hear what you have to say about how you'll beat Cheick Kongo. Make the people listening to this a believer, including me.
Yeah, I don't like making predictions because then it makes you look like an idiot if you're wrong. No, it's either going to go to a decision, or if things go very well for me, it'll end in a TKO.
All right. Well, what do you think is the best part of your game overall? Because I know you've got 5 knockouts, 4 submissions, 3 decisions, so it seems like you can win any way that it comes. But what do you like the best about your style?
Probably the clinch. Probably about my clinch game, my dirty boxing type stuff.
Feel like you overpower people in the clinch then and they just can't handle the uppercuts and the short elbows and things like that?
I wouldn't go as far as say overpower them. It's just it's a gritty, kind of a gritty mentality area, and that's like an area where I like to be, because if you can impose your will on somebody there, you can impose it anywhere.
That's true. And it's also a great way to zap an opponent's strength and take away their stamina. If you press them up against the cage for some dirty boxing, they get tired of being leaned on and worked over.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. If I know I'm getting tired, I know they're double tired.
Exactly. And I think that's one thing that maybe has held Cheick Kongo back from getting another title shot in Bellator is sometimes he seems to fight like a guy who's trying not to get tired, and I think fans get a little frustrated with that, and that's probably what they're looking for with you fighting him, is to bring us some excitement.
Yeah, no, I think that's what they're, just down the rumor mill, and what you can assume is why that he didn't put him in a tournament was because, he wasn't too exciting, and then recently, and bam, like what he just did his last fight, one punch KO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely reminding people that, hey, don't sleep on the darkness, but I would say don't sleep on Timothy Johnson either, because you're going to go in there and bring some power and some dirty boxing and some clinch work and show us a whole complete game.
Yep, that's the game plan.
All right, Tim, I really appreciate the time today and want to thank you very much for this interview, but I also want to give you this opportunity to plug your teammates and social media, anything you would like, even sponsorships.
Yeah, just my gym here at the Academy of Combat Arts in Fargo, and then where I do my strength and conditioning, Metroflex in Fargo, and my strength and conditioning coach is Eric Sweeney by Power by Design Fitness, H&I Nutrition. And yeah, that's all I can think of on top of my head. Just kind of put me on the spot.
Well, that's all right. I'm sure you'll have everything else on the banner at Bellator 208. So we really look forward to this fight. It's a huge card, Fedor versus Sonnen at the Nassau Coliseum, and it's going to be on Paramount Network, so nobody will miss it. Tim, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. And Dan, thank you as well.